just working myself through some witches. There we go. Ah! Yes, I have started doing some Dark Elder. For 40k, even though I haven't really been enjoying 40k all that much recently, I thought, why not just get a new army started, because why the hell not? Here's what I'm working on currently. Hopefully you can see that. There we go. So this is where I'm at. I've applied most of the base layers. It's all airbrushed on with like a variety of different teals and stuff. And now I'm just working on the details and showing the red hair so you can actually see what that looks like. Looks a bit better. Yeah, it's really hard. I've got to stop looking at the camera and actually just yeah, I'm keeping an eye on chat, so just bear with me if you do say anything. Right, let's get started. Just double check and see if I can see any messages on there, just in case. Cool. Good old Vortexer. Glasses. Skin up a little bit. You can see. I kind of made it a little bit too green. Yeah. Just try some syrup from Sappy actually. It's actually much harder when you can't like get actually really close. Well, to the Let's go. struggling away in my throat right now. Try and bring this one down so you can actually see who I am. Hey, Nick the Salamander, how you doing? You can't hear me talking. Okay. That's frustrating. Testing 1 2 1 2. Okay, is that better there then? Fantastic. How you doing, Nick? Thumbs up. You working on anything at the moment? Or are you just here for vibes? Keep this in focus. You got to keep this in focus. Keep an eye on chat and paint at the same time. Like, grant, why have I given myself like this is like definitely first world problems, but I got to get used to it again as well. Because I did kind of get used to. Streaming just before I had to go away for a good period. You're building an IG tank, an Imperial Guard tank. I'm kind of taking that as. It's a stupid little heart signal that's like right in the way of like the bottom bit of whatever it is you're typing, which is really frustrating. That's not your fault, by the way. It's more the interface. Yeah, which tanky building? I'm assuming it's a. It was going to be what, a Lehman Russell Chimera or a Regal Dawn. Or like something based on one of those three chassis. And the other thing I should remember is you just told me that you're building it, so it's going to be quite difficult for you to respond. Hang out and hobby. Lehman Russ trying to magnetize before the wrong typically. Oh no. I've been having the issue of magnets and thinking I'd bought the right strength magnets and they've turned out to be the wrong strength, and it's just been an absolute kerfuffle. It's been well, it's not necessarily been a kerfuffle, it's just been a flipping nightmare. So what super glue did you get then? For it to be the wrong super glue, did you get like a super glue thin instead of a thick or something? Okay, just grab that one there. This is frustrating as well. I think this is probably my favourite one so far, actually. This model looks wicked. Like, I was a little bit concerned that some of these Drukhari models were going to feel really dated, because I think on the sprue they're made in like, let me double check. Because they've got the sprue date on them. Shouldn't really get a big thing of sprues out. 2010, so they're 14 years old. Like, they're older than some, you know, wood elf kits that I have bought on eBay recently, and they're super old. Well, they're not super old, but they've been like discontinued as a whole thing. You bought a big pack of 2x3mm when you started. Has been strong enough. Most things were too big in some spots. Yeah, okay, so like kind of like the bigger, kind of wider discs. Yeah, great for like large base bits, but or like large model bases, but not necessarily the best for just like regular infantry and stuff like that. Right, who else needs some shading? I think, yeah, you're good. Yeah, well, you actually, before I even finish get to shading you need some more actual skin tone. There we go. Okay. Yeah, there we go. That's a bit better. And they also need some extra hair doing. Do we know where the Imperial Guard haven't gotten their codex yet, have they? Because there's like still a good few popular factions that are left to get codices and stuff, right? Like, and I'm pretty IG are one of them. And is this like, are you adding to your armor? Are you building the Imperial Guard from scratch? just takes because yeah, fair. Okay. This is going to be quite difficult for you to kind of see what I'm trying to do here, but there's... So I've just missed some hair just behind where that gun is. I'm going to need to come up with a better position for this camera because you're not getting a fix somewhere I'm at. It would probably be better if it was like right above me or something like that, but I don't quite have the... Like, I've got a couple of crane arms, but they don't quite have the weights capacity. There we go, that's a bit better. That's a bit better. Much better. Oh, where are we going? Lovely stuff. You've only been on the hobby a few months. Ah. Oh, wow. Fantastic, Nick. Whereabouts are you based? Oh, like I'm doing a terrible job at actually keeping the miniature itself actually in range of the camera whilst I'm painting it. So you're mostly just like kind of getting a rough idea of what I'm painting anyway. I kind of didn't. I'm not really here to do a tutorial, more just to try and create a little bit of a community sort of thing to hang out and hobby with, because I'm just sat here by myself most evenings, painting. My partner, she's off doing her own stuff in the other room, and I'm just here by myself watching the same old crap on TV. So I thought, I've got all of this equipment, why don't I just hang out and hobby with people, see who's around. Oh wow, you're in the US. Oh, amazing. I was going to say, have I met you before? Because I know a few Salamander players, so I was just like, but like, the hobby community itself can be a little bit, what's the way to describe it? Can be a little bit like kind of transient in London, in and around London. So transient's totally the wrong word. Like you're often like, we'll just meet up, have a pickup game or whatever, and then I've forgotten them the next day because my memory's terrible. But yeah, I've definitely come across a few Salamanders players. I think everyone, they're a fun faction, and they're some of the nice guys in the universe. So, but thank you very much for joining me from the US, Nick. That's just made my evening. But yes, if I ever got to go to Atlanta or something like that. Ooh, what's that noise coming from outside? Love the Salamander, but you started with the guard. I mean, strong choice. They're a really fun army. I have got. So I've been doing the hobby just to give my bona fides. I got into as I think you would call them in the States. I got into the hobby when I was a kid, and I actually did Dark Eldar with the first army that as you'll know them now as Drukhari, but they were originally called Dark Eldar when I got into them. So I did them for a couple of years, and then I picked up Iron Warrior Chaos Space Marines. They were great fun when I was a kid because they were really easy to paint because they're just silver. So I was able to make some really great looking units really quickly. And then around the age of 16 or 17, I discovered things, like alcohol and sex and all that sort of stuff. And then suddenly Warhammer wasn't very cool for me. But then in 2020, when we all got told to stay at home in the UK for a good while, I suddenly had a disposable income again, and I picked up Warhammer and started Warhammering during the pandemic, and I have loved it and I can't remember why I ever put it down in the first place. So it's been bloody excellent and I've loved it. So the first army that I did was actually the first army that I did in this run was Necrons, and then I didn't. Again, I got kind of really bored very quickly of painting just an all silver army. Oh, your buddy that got you into it is Admech and Drukhari. Nice. Love me some Admech. I've picked up a few like Admech bits to do some kit bashing. Maybe I'll go and show in a little bit. Made some because you can do some really crazy conversions with them. But when I got into it, I did Necrons first up, and then I got kind of bored with them because they weren't very challenging to paint. Once I got into painting, I think I'm probably a bit more of a painter than a gamer. Not that I dislike gaming. The gaming side of it, anyway. Got into them, and then I did Chaos Space Marines. So I did the Word Bearers, who I love, and I still play very often because they're great. And then I did some Space Marine Black Templars, which are effectively Word Bearers in Loyalist form and in black. And then I started doing some of the Age of Sigmar stuff. So I did Soul Blight Gravelords, and then I did a Tau army for 40k, but I really didn't get on with them, so I've literally just sold them, literally last week. I sold them, and then I was like, right, let's go back, and I've picked up the Chaos, I've picked up the Space Marines, so let's go back to the original army that I collected, the Drukhari. So now I'm back here. After I need that meme. It's been 24 years. Or something like that. Because I did when I was a kid. Black here, so now I'm just filling in the leather sections because these guys, they're like, I can't quite tell if these guys are like Mad Max inspired or if they're some like Neuromancer 80s sort of thing inspired, but I love them, they're really cool and they're totally edgelord and they're wicked. So what made you want to collect Imperial Guard then? Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it can be an expensive hobby. Like, I'm very fortunate. I have a quite well-paying job, so I'm very, very fortunate that I'm able to, you know, have a disposable income. I don't have any kids. I don't have any, you know. We've got rent to pay at the moment. We're trying to save up for a house and stuff like that, but I don't have any major other outgoings, so I've got good on disposable income. Oh, nice. So you've got a bunch of Space Marines in on the shelf, ready to go. Lovely. And so what's your collection looking like for your Imperial Guard then? I'm kind of interested to see how you're going to go with it. How have you started off with it? Have you picked up like a combat patrol or? To like, so I'm just gonna, apologies if you're looking at this, because I'm just gonna like fiddle around with the camera a little bit because it's bugging me. There we go. Yeah, this is a little bit more like where I'm actually at. This way you can actually see what I'm working on. You got the Christmas box and a few of the older Start collecting boxes. Oh, fantastic! The old Imperial Guard Start collecting boxes with the Lehman Russ and if that's the one that you're talking about, that's a fantastic box. And are you doing just like standard Cadian colours then? Let's go. You're good. And just out of curiosity, Nick, how did you find my stream? Is it just like, did I just pop up on your, cause you've just caught me the first night that I've done this? Or were you just like, did it like pop up on your, like suggested watches or something like that? I'm just curious. That's the first. I've not done shed loads of advertising. Is basically what I'm saying. Cool. I'm a bit of wolf grey, Griffhound flesh. Nice. Yes, that's sort of like winter camouflage almost. It sounds like is what you're going for, or like urban camouflage sort of thing. Ah, very good. Well, thank you very much for joining. Thanks for giving a little nobody like me a little chance there. But no, love the idea of that colour scheme actually for your Cadians. You call them Helheim Hive Hunters. You may have needed. You made it a little too hard on making them up. No, I think that sounds bloody wicked, mate. That sounds very Warhammery. Do they have like considering that you've got you potentially want to do nids? Are they like you know, do they specialize like in hunting a particular foe, something like that? No. Oh, nerded out, right? Okay. Nah, I think it sounds brilliant. I'm still trying to come up with a name for my Drukhari guys here, because I normally just go like, well, for a lot of my 40k guys, I've gone like with just classic color schemes. I've been a little bit uninventive in coming up with some of them, and then I started working on these guys, and then I kind of realized, oh, I've accidentally just like made the cover art for them, so I'm gonna have to like try and do a little bit of stuff to make them a little more personal, so that's gonna be, or personalized, sorry, so that's gonna be an interested to see how I managed to achieve that. But no, I think yours sounds wicked, mate. Oh shit, excuse my language. Working in hive cities, clearing out to retake or defending. Very good. With taking maximum collateral damage. Would be kind of a classic Imperial Guard way of doing things in a hive city. totally out of focus every time. I'm definitely going to have to reposition this camera for the next stream. Looking all right there. Right, yeah. Yeah, I'm really gonna have to reposition this camera. Oh well. We'll keep working on it though. KBA, as they say. So whereabouts in the Rockies do you live then? And what got you into Warhammer? Oh, you said it was your friend. Excuse me. Urban combat sounds like hell to me. Can't imagine scaling up to a higher. Yeah, it's. I mean, you know, without. I don't want to go into the specifics of like kind of politics and stuff like that, but obviously, you know, there's a lot of high-profile, obviously, situations going on right now. And like I said, I don't want to go into it. But you know, you hear about some of the horrors of it, and where you know, even just looking at historical stuff, and it just sounds, and yeah, I mean, heck, let's look at a dated case. You know, the classic Stalingrad just sounds like absolute hell on earth to me. And it's like I said, it's not changed at all. It's a sizable task trying to clear out a city. Just bloody awful. Absolutely awful. So what's the army plan with them then? So my guys here, I'm gonna like I'll plan on turning them into a. Let's talk about my plan here. I plan on turning these guys into like a proper raiding force. I've already picked up a Venom, which I'm going to be doing next. This is part of these guys I picked up as part of the boarding patrol. So I've got another 10 Wyches, and then I've also got the Incubi. Oh yeah, no. I wasn't at all accusing you of making it political, just for anyone listening, because I want to keep this nice and friendly. So it's more just, or if anyone's listening to it on Backplay or something like that, I'm just trying to say, I'm not trying to make it political or anything like that. That's more my thing. More on my back. I didn't think you were at all. But yeah, no. Anyway, so I'm planning on turning these guys into like a raiding force. I've got the And yes, sorry, absolutely agree with you. It's just flipping horrendous. Yeah, probably I am a bit scatterbrained a lot of the time. So I'm gonna get, I think, because you can only put 5 guys, burgers and fries, into a venom. So I'm gonna need to, like, just to cover the basics of the guys that are in the boarding patrol, I'm gonna need to grab 4 venoms. So I've already picked up 1, and that's like, I was looking at I was watching a podcast, well, like a YouTube video, that's the Warhammer podcast the other day, and they were talking about the most expensive armies to collect in 40k. And when I first picked up the Drukhari, I thought, oh, like, a lot of these kits are like quite old, you know, they're quite good value for money and everything like that. No. Turns out, because of just like how like cheap points wise they are, you need so many fucking, excuse my language, so many bloody models. I thought like Imperial Guard would be worse, and then like they are quite like expensive for trying to, you know, for trying to collect an army. But no, God, like Drukhari are one of the worst. I think Admech are like the worst points for pound, or in your case dollar wise, are just really bad for it. Yeah. And like, I don't know what you're, well, I imagine if you're doing like an urban combat sort of thing, they're going to be street fighting, but in, I don't know, I guess in like, you'd want to go in mechanized and something like that, I guess. So, and you're doing tanks anyway, so yeah, I imagine like chimeras and demon russes and I don't know what to do with this lady's. So there's a couple of them with these boots here, and at the moment they're like green, and that's just from the airbrush, and I really don't know what to do, because look, they're wearing, yeah, it's expensive. My buddy was looking. Yeah, poor Hammer. Like, I've only really kind of clocked onto like the last few months, but I've really been enjoying their stuff. Yeah, so I don't know what to do with this lass's boots. So I think if there's another one, maybe 2 of them with boots like that, and like I want to keep the green on like their armor, and they've got this like kind of accent of the gold here, but this like occasionally they've just got this like thigh high sort of boot thing going on, and I'm like, what color do I do you? Do I just do that like a different sort of black? It's, I'm open to ideas on that one. Really open to ideas. Okay. So like all the bases are done there. What next? I should probably come in and start like tidying up the skin on these guys, because they're not, like, in terms of like speed paint being done, they're not far off. Like, I can start going in and accentuating some of the details. So like if I just bring up this guy here, like, really just move that light back a little bit. He's not far off, like, in my eye. Like, if I get the base done, this guy is like pretty passable. Like, I need to do a bit more work on the metallics and the bone headpiece bit. And yeah, but I guess I can start accentuating some of the skin details actually, because the skin does like quite pop, and I've done quite a lot with the greens there. So yeah, sorry, I'm just like talking to myself. Yeah, it's expensive. Your buddy was looking, found some good deal. Yeah, wanted to make a backstory for your unit so you could justify taking any unit, so you can use the same urban color scheme. Yeah, brilliant, excellent idea. Yeah, and like urban camo stuff always looks absolutely wicked. Yeah, always looks really cool. If you can go like, I don't know like how you're planning on doing it. Blood Pact, Tracer Guard Army. Haha. Nice. Yeah, that's another thing actually, because I think I said before I did Chaos, like in the rules wise, everyone like you used to be able to do a proper Traitor Guard army with like Lehman Russers and Chimeras and stuff, and this is like back like when I was a kid playing it, and I had like a Traitor Guard like contingent of guys that I could run, because I love Traitor Guard and stuff like that. I've got some now, but there were like kind of rules for you to be able to proper run properly a full-on Traitor Guards kind of detachment and stuff with your Chaos Space Marines. It was wicked. Yeah, Ogre, like Traitor Ogrins and all of this stuff, and now like they're starting to like kind of eke it in, but it would be nice if they just went full on and did it properly, which I hope they will do with the detachment and like detachment system. They've sort of done it with like, excuse me, the Chaos Cult sort of thing, but it's not quite there. Not quite there. Close, but no cigar. Just get out the rest of these skin bits that I've kind of missed. Oh, the boots are different material because you use a cloth or leather color underneath the armor plating. Well, the armor plating I've done black. Oh my goodness, there's some like argument kicking off next door to me. It's not in my kind of thing. I'm just hearing shouting. So apologies if there's anything coming through the mic there. I hope everyone is okay in there. No, it's not. It's like it's an odd thing. Give me a second. Let me just put this bit of skin on that I'm really screwing up here. I'm kind of really curious as to what that banging is. No, I think it's definitely coming from the room next door to me. It's just turned into like an intrigue in the flat complex. What's going on? Yeah, let me just do this other one, and then I will show you. Okay. So, here she is again. So, like, I don't think it's supposed to be like, it's supposed to be like a definitely like separate separate bit of like leather on that boot. So there's like the under kind of garment, the under armor, whatever you want to call it. No trademark infringement attempted there. And then there's like a boot. And I'm not sure, like I don't think it's supposed to be the same one. I think it's supposed to be a different bit. Now I've done this sort of like purpley brown, so they've all got like biker gloves on. So I have done that, so I could do that. But it is just like, it would be quite glaring. Then again, I'm gonna do like a greyish base for them, so I don't know, to be frank. I do not know. Maybe I'll just give it a test and see what it looks like. I need to mix up a tad more of it. Oh my god. Right, I really need to sort out this camera for tomorrow so you can actually see what I'm working on as I'm painting it, because this side of it just, it does not work, I don't think. Okay, where are you? So Rannoch's Hide, Nagaroth Knight. Yes, let me hold it back up for a second there. Sorry about this. There you go. Holding. I am not a cryptocurrency person. Do you see that? No, wrong side. Boot there. Yeah, it's like I could leave it with the green. I could leave it green, to be fair. And then, well, I'm gonna do the base. I'm gonna do the base like a blacky grey to like, because you need like with a lighter color scheme or a vibrant color scheme like I've got here. You need Oh no, you do think it looks bad. Thank you for the ringing endorsement. Yeah, it's kind of hard to like they definitely look. I can't quite tell if it's just me not being very good at holding these on camera and whatnot. Because like I think it might be. What, like do like a Oh, it looks good. Thank you. I think what I might do is I'm gonna do the base, because the base is gonna be quite dark, so it will contrast. It will contrast with the base quite nicely, I think, and then I can kind of make a decision there. I think is probably the best way to go. Just gonna lower my chair because I'm giving myself back problems. Wood. So I'm just like whacking all the camera. Oh, I think it's baby. It must be their babies that are crying that I'm hearing. A contrasting color. That is why I didn't go. Yeah, I know what you mean with like the, like kind of going with like a real like clashing color, but I didn't want to go like that obvious with it. Like, I didn't want to go super obvious with like the contrast, because sometimes it can look a little bit like weird. So like I was a little bit concerned that these guys would look a little bit too Christmassy with like the green and the red bit, because it's a more teal. The red kind of doesn't look so bad, I don't think. It kind of looks okay. So I guess we'll see. Oh no, it looks like I've lost you. And here I am again. It might be too big a piece. Yeah, maybe. It may be. Right. I do need to do the old lead belcher as well, actually. I'll pick up a new thing of lead belcher. Because this one's bloody rubbish. Right, I need to do some silvers anyway, because I have completely missed off all of the little dagger things on their shoulders that do definitely need to be coloured in. Quite impressed with how many people have come and watched this thing, or at least popped in. There's been 25 of you. That's very bigger than my expectations. Okay. Hey, and then I want to get the barrels. This nice silver. Trying to judge what's like in focus, what's not in focus, and it's like quite difficult to tell. So if anyone could give me any feedback, that would be most excellent. Camera feedback. I think like if you guys were like looking at me down from here, so you can see what I'm seeing, is probably going to be a better one. What are my favorite paints? To be perfectly honest, in the UK, like Citadel, like Games Workshop, Citadel paints are abundant. It is quite difficult, like, to get a hold of other paint brands that are like, you know, well-known ones. So like Vallejo and Army Painter and stuff like that. I have used Army Painter ones, and I really like them. But I don't have any at the moment. My old housemate had some before I moved in with my partner. So I really rated them. I've picked up a couple of... I'm probably going to butcher the name. I've picked up a couple of Vallejo ones in the past, and they've been a bit hit and miss. And there's been a few... They've got like a few sets that they have done in the past, like the Malefic flesh tone set that I wanted to get, but then I kind of realized, oh, I have got loads of those colors anyway, so it would kind of be a little bit of a waste of money to buy duplicates. So like, and I have a perfectly good time with most Citadel paints, to be perfectly honest. I use them with no issue most of the time. The only one that I've ever really had any problem. There's been 2 that I've had problems with: Warpstone Glow and Corax White, or whatever it is. That's just super chalky, and has been really a pain in the ass to properly use. I found, which is when I picked up Vallejo's like just standard white, and I tried to use that, and I really didn't like it, which was a real shame. Now I know why their white is so chalky, and that's because it doesn't have any. There's like a particular thing inside of Games Workshop in most white paints that makes it unchalky, and because Games Workshop want to make sure that all of their paints are non-toxic because they sell them to children, they don't include that particular thing because it is a toxic chemical or something like that is typically used in most whites. But anyway, that's a roundabout way of saying I have had no problems with Games Workshop stuff. The problem I do have actually is it is quite expensive for what it is. Like, it is a bit ridiculous paying £4 something for a pot of paint, which is quite a lot of money. Yeah, if I go to my friendly local gaming store, because there are 2 of them in town, both of them only stock Games Workshop paints, so I'm kind of a little bit stuck for choice here. And I don't like buying. I'm trying to avoid buying as much stuff on Amazon as possible, because I think Jeff Bezos has got enough money. He doesn't need any more of mine. Anyway, that was a rambling way of talking there. Turn up the gain. Of course I can. Is that better? Hello, Francois. Hello. Yes. There we go. Francois, is that any better for you? Oh, Nick, is that better for you as well? I've just bumped up the gain a little bit there. It's just the automatic thing. I'm just using a Blue Yeti is what I've got. I should probably invest in a better microphone, but it's good enough. I'm not at that stage where I need to. Might never be at that stage where I never need to invest in a Shure or whatever. I've got a little attachable Rode mic. You sound good speaking into the mic. The difficulty is that you rarely are. Oh, goodness. Sorry about that. You know, just... There's me being a consummate professional. Totally focused on what you can see when you know, the constant wisdom, everything you ever learn about making any form of content on the internet is always about audio. Do I simulcast with this sort of audio recording? Absolutely. No, I do not. I have absolutely no idea how to simulcast. Like, I'm more of a video editor than I am. Like, that's where most of my, like, I've got all of this camera equipment, and And I was like, I can, and I like painting and as I said earlier on, like, I thought, why not just do some streaming in the evening whilst I'm painting miniatures, because that way I get to chat to people. But I'm not much of a streaming person. So if you've got advice on how to do this better and more professionally, I'm all ears for it. Send me links and I will read them. And improve for the next stream. And hello, Francois. Are you also hobbying? I can't always turn my volume down, but I can go above 100 volume. It's always better to temp too loud. That's a very good point. Probably shouldn't click like that into the microphone. Yes. No, I always just got, I'm probably just being a bit overcautious and all of that, and wanting to make sure that I'm not hurting anyone's ears or anything like that when they pop in. Because I know sometimes, like, my partner says, I can be incredibly loud and stuff like that when I'm doing a meeting working from home, and she's working from home at the same time, and she can hear me in one room and I'm in the room on the other side of the house, and she's like, Grant, you loud bastard. So I tend to turn the stuff down a little bit. But funny that no one's ever said that on a work call, actually, that I'm too loud, too quiet, sorry. So this is valuable advice that my colleagues aren't giving me. Yeah, no, this is in terms of streaming. So I've basically kind of done like kind of the bare, kind of like the minimum, because I was just trying to, like, when I've done streaming. You're doing great. I don't even have a YouTube despite your ambitions and dreams. Oh, thank you very much. I've just seen that. I didn't see that before. Thank you very much, Nick. Yeah, like, I've not really focused on trying to do much of the kind of more, what would you call it? I guess like the kind of advanced stuff, because I've been trying to, like, I'm literally trying to nail down right now painting and talking into a microphone and video on it. And I've clearly just failed massively with the audio side. And this, at the moment, you're upside down watching me paint, so you're actually not seeing anything. So I've just totally failed on that as well. Yo, Spencer McIntosh. So yeah. So I mean, I've totally failed 2 out of the 3 so far. So next time I'm gonna improve the. I probably shouldn't tap on the camera. I'll improve the position of the camera. And hopefully, you can hear me a bit better with the audio. Or maybe maybe I should get like one of those microphone ones, so you can always just, hear me, and then I'll look like I'm talking at a conference or something like that. That would be quite funny. But yes, I also shouldn't talk when I'm like dipping into the thingamadoogle. Minor mistake. Thank you very much. First day. Finally managed to catch a stream again. Good to see ya. Yes, we did a few test streams, and then I had to go on a work trip, and then I streamed just putting out. You'll be able to see behind my head up here. That is the Lego Rivendell set, and I just like, all right, we'll do another thing and make sure that all of the technology is working, and so I've got a recording of all of that, so that's all done in there. I was kind of just figuring out, okay, what's the best way to do all of this, and so that's all so that's online, and now I'm back to doing the actual streaming. Yeah, I am good, Mr. Macintosh. I'm doing very, very well. How far into the Drukhari am I? I am. So I'm doing my first unit of Wyches right now. So let me just show you where I'm at. So I'll just grab this guy. So here we go. Just need to adjust that a little bit more. I'll play around with this. So yeah, so I've got a unit of 10 of them built, and these are kind of I'm just trying to figure out like the color scheme and how I'm gonna base them and stuff like that. Quite like the idea of doing the teal, and then I kind of realized, oh, they just look exactly like the cover art on the codex, but that's fine. I think they'll look cool. I'm gonna try and do something interesting with the ships and stuff like that. I don't know if I'll go with teal, or maybe I'll do like a purple or like a metallic purple or something. But yeah, I am kind of I am nearly done, I would say, with this first round of units. I've got a few more bits to kind of pop in. The teal has been airbrushed and then a little bit of dry brushing, so I've managed to catch all of the shadows and everything like that. So yeah, yeah, the light bulb is going to be really crap for this, isn't it? Because so this is just right. So Francois, just to answer your question there, I am using just my this is just my like regular desk lamp here, and I think it's just got like a, oh god, I've just stared that right in my eyes, blinding myself. That's yeah, I think so. And Nick, thank you so much for popping in. I'll be back on Wednesday, I think. I've got to go. I'm out tomorrow night. And then I'll be back on Wednesday and Thursday. And then I think I'm just going to do this Sundays through Thursdays in the future, unless I've got something on. But good to see you. Take care. Look after yourself. And good luck with the Imperial Guard. Yeah. Looks fine and bright on your face cam. Yeah, I think I'm probably using the wrong ones. So this one that is like igniting my face. So this is an actual ring light, and I think this is probably going to be better for highlighting my models. Because this is, yeah, this I can change and do all of that good stuff. Ooh, that tickled my hand. That was very... sensational. You should try a 100-watt clear incandescent bulbs for that lamp. I think you can also adjust the model camera settings as well. Yeah, so let me oh god, look, I look like I'm just looking at the backwards cam on there as it's come up on the feed to you. And I look like I'm in a a morgue. Yeah, so the camera I've got here is actually my videography camera. So this is a Canon 90D. I shoot interviews and stuff on this for my day job. So yeah, so I'm currently at ISO 800. I've got an f 4.0. I should probably actually change the white balance on this actually, because it's going to be, yeah, because that's not going to be the right color temperature, is it? Yeah, thanks for reminding me. There we go. That's going to look a little bit better. Okay. 100 watt. Yeah. So the other thing that I've got going on here as well, Francois, is you'll see if I just tilt, I'm going to tilt this back. I've got the window right behind me. So I've got the... yeah, I thank you very much. Toasted love the constructive criticism, feedback, whatever you want to, whatever, man. Always trying to improve this. Want to improve the stream for your viewing pleasure. So yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, no, I'll take that on board. I need to figure out what if this. I think this is a screw-in. Oh god, that's hot. I think that's a screw-in bulb. So I can probably just get one ordered. I know I just said to Nick I wouldn't go through ethical Jeff and his moral warehouse, but I might just have to order one on Amazon. I think because I don't know where I'd get a 100 watt bulb easy enough. Although I could go to Robert Dyson Town. I don't know if you're in the UK, but maybe that'd work. But things to improve for next time, and hopefully I can make a better show for you. I like to think my charming personality is keeping you around. Despite the shoddy audio and video quality. Good, look at that. It's just totally dark. Although it's not a disaster, it's just things to improve. And yeah, no, please do keep the feedback coming. If you know, like I said, I mostly do like actual like kind of filming and stuff like that. A live studio environment is a little bit different. When you paint under 60 watt bulbs, your models look different under bright FLGS lights and in photos 100 watt. Cool. Yeah, no, I've never really because I've just been one of those people that's like, I'll just deal with whatever light's available, as opposed to like looking into getting the appropriate light bulbs, because my brain just works like that. It's just any old light. We'll just paint it up and it'll look fine. But I guess if I'm doing this on a live feed and all of that, I should probably put something else into it. I'm on Tinternet now, doing it live. Right, let me just try and paint a little bit more. No, thank you so much for the feedback. It's incredibly helpful. I do not mean that. I hope that didn't come across as sarcastic or anything like that at all. I know my voice can be a little bit sarcastic in sounding, but I really don't mean it to be. Yes, so sorry. On the Drukhari front, where am I at with the Drukhari? So I've got, at the moment, I've got the boarding patrol. So my FLGS had the boarding patrol available for 60 quid. So I picked that up, and then I also managed to get a hold of a Venom for the Drukhari as well, and that was another 20 quid. So I've spent 80 bob on them so far. I'm gonna need, just to cover, like, because I want to have them like as a mechanized raiding force, because I think that's just how, you know, Drukhari, you want to run them, right? I've done all of those. I've done all of this. Oh, there we go. There's one who hasn't got silver bits. So I'm gonna get all of the witches in. All of the witches are going to have venoms to ride in. So I need to get another 3 venoms at least for that. The boarding patrol also comes with a succubus. And it's got 5 incubi. So I'm probably gonna go for the combat patrol next. Probably get 2 of them, because that combat patrol for them is just insane value. 2, a Ravager and a Raider, 10 Cavalite Warriors, and Incubi, and an Archon. It's bloody nuts. Not just for your stream, but the 60 wob light bar, change your own perceptions of the shadows as well as in saturation. Be far more pleasing if you paint under better lighting. Yeah, I probably will, because sometimes I sometimes, you know, they do, when I go to Bad Moon Cafe and in Borough, I've just fudged that up. They do look different. I do notice that. Go to a hardware store and find an $8 100 watt clear. So go for the 100 watt, sorry, not the 60 watt. Just to make that clear. But yeah, no, I will take that advice totally, Francois. If Jeff is quick enough, there might even be one. I might even have the for Wednesday's stream, so that'd be nice. And Francois, I'm assuming you're in the States then, if you're talking in dollars. Or maybe Canada. Right. Next. Let's come back with a bit of a mix. So I'm going to start doing the flesh tone next. Right. The 60 watt is also usually a shade white bulb instead of a clear glass bulb. The shaded bulbs diffuse light. Got ya. Cool. Lovely stuff. What army brackets S armies are you collecting then, my good sir? How go the orcs, Mr. Macintosh? What are you working on currently? Wow, is that 50,000 points in Dark Angels? Jesus. 5,000 points in Deathwatch, 2,000 in Tower, 10,000 in... wow. Blimey. That's one hell of a collection you've got there. That's fantastic. And about 5,000 in... the robots, just to top it off. That's incredible. How long have you been? Well, I imagine you've been in the hobby for a while then, if you've got a collection of that size. Not a fan of that. "36 years on. Blimey. I look like a rank amateur." An absolute rank amateur in comparison. Yeah. Does it look... It's when I was reading about the Deathwatch stuff, it didn't seem too bad in that article they put out, because you've got like, you can just do full Deathwatch tied in as a Force Stew through Imperial agents, right? It's not the end of the world. $15,000. Oh, blimey. Good stuff, good sir. Yeah, are the changes, how bad to the Deathwatch are the changes? Like, it seems like they're just trying to streamline it, from what I can see, from how I read it. But then I'm not a Deathwatch player, so I don't know. No, it's crap. You can't custom laid out Marines under... Yeah. I mean... I think that's just been like a big issue with every faction. Like I've been playing a lot of Old Worlds, and I've really been enjoying Old Worlds. A lot of it has been like I'm not the best gamer going. Like I enjoy playing games, and like half of the game is like theory crafting and list building and doing all of that stuff, and yeah, exactly. There's no more kit bashing. Only upgrades are the ones supplied in the kit and stuff. Yeah, and it just feels like it's like streamlining it for rules' sake. It's like I kind of understand. I say I kind of understand. I understand it, but in such a creative game or like a creative hobby space, it does seem to like suck a lot of that personality out of it. And I think that's why I've been enjoying Old World so much, is like there's so much customization. It's like It's so much more fun, I've found. And the rule set as well. I've just massively preferred playing Old World over 40k. Just generally, I think it's just been much more fun. Much more fun. That being said, you know, if you enjoy playing 40k, you enjoy playing 40k. I don't want to take that away from you, but I've just found myself not enjoying it as much as of late. All right. .40k for everyone has been ruining the hobby. I don't think that's quite the case, but where are we at? There we go. Yeah, no, I don't think that's quite the case. I think a lot of it has been, they've been trying to standardize the format for, the way that I see it, a lot of it is to try and standardize the format for 40k, for the competitive scene, because I reckon there's probably going to be some money flowing. There's the potential, you know, if you look at the esports scene, I think that's where the direction has been going. And I think they've tried to put the complicated stuff into like Heresy and into Old World, because from their understanding, most of the people that do loads of like the kit bashing and stuff like that are Space Marine players anyway. So they're naturally going to go Space Marine and Chaos players. And they're going to go into playing, like, I think that's what their idea is. That's the reason for simplifying rules, restriction options. It makes it easier for children, girls, and idiots. Like, it's still like a fairly complex game system on the face of it, like when you're just trying to learn it anyway. I don't think it's a case of just opening it up. Like, I don't think it's a case of everyone's an idiot or anything like that if they can't pick up. Like, it's a big complex game. I struggle with it when I, you know, at times, like trying to take on the mental load of it. So I guess I'm an idiot in that state. But what are you gonna do? It's I'm kind of happier with it, like more people to play with on a personal level. So, you know, we can disagree at that point, and that's fine. But yeah. But well, I said before, I do want to keep this a nice politics-free zone, as this is more of a hobby hangout. So I'm going to kind of draw a line there. and we can all just be friends, if that's all right. Lovely stuff. Right. Intriguing. Right, I need to grab something to drink because I'm almost out. To move that camera up because you can't see it. Jack. Shit. Excuse my language. I will be right back. I'm still streaming, so I will. Who are you talking with? Loads of people. What? I've had like 30 people here. Oh, yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Bam! Ooh, bugger. So I just like totally knocked all of the camera there. Apologies. If you're watching that. Oh, Jesus. Where's my music gone? There's my music gone. Lovely. Well, yeah, I think it's, talking about the direction of the company is fine, but like I'm not particularly a big fan of not like what's the best way to kind of describe it? Like I'm much more for more people coming into the hobby. I don't think you want to I don't think excluding people from the hobby is in any way a good idea. That's my opinion on it. I think it's better for more people to come in. So massively opens up creative spaces, particularly in the art and the gameplay direction. But then again, we're at a tug point, so we've got to find solutions that benefit everyone. But that's my opinion. So yeah. But anyway, enough of that. Because I want to make it a nice space for everyone to be in. Right. What next? Goodness. Oh no, you're fine. Next up. Next up. So now I've just got to work on these fleshy parts. Just to brighten them up. This guy's got a massive forehead. Lovely. I still need to figure out what to do with this lady's boot. Also, is that just a big bit of... No, that's actually part of a she. She's just got a knife in the back of a she. Lovely. How very murderous. Have Drukhari got the codex? No, they are still on their index. They're still on their index, although they have had the... They have had a second... They have had a second attachment released because the first one was apparently rubbish because you had to, like, in order to gain the benefit of it, in order to gain the benefit of it, you have to run one of every leader, as I understand it. And then the Sky Splinter Assault. Which is their updated one. The Sky Splinter Assault, which is their like secondary updated one, is like all about what you bloody call it, transports and raiders and ravagers, and you get to like deep strike a raider and then get out and charge, and it's freaking nuts. Like I was watching an Auspex tactic video the other day, and you can do like, I think it's like a 24-inch charge or something. Well, all of like the Court of the... So, Drukhari haven't got theirs. Grey Knights haven't got theirs. Thousand Suns, Nurgle, Deathwatch, Death Guard, World Eaters, Drukhari, Chaos Demons. Chaos Demons. Yeah. Oh, and Eldar. They haven't had theirs, despite being completely dominant in the tournament scene at the beginning of the edition. And AdMech haven't had theirs. Which is... No, they haven't had that codex, have they? Why not? Yeah, I'd seen that the Chaos individual armies. Yeah. I'd seen that the Chaos individual armies were, or like someone had, I think maybe Valrak had said that they were rumored to all be coming as part of the individual codices for each of the factions. Which, given how Agents of the Imperium has gone, doesn't sound that far-fetched. And I think it kind of works. Like, there we go. That's looking better. Go. Right, I'm gonna shoot off in a minute because I need to start packing down for bed, and I've got some chores to do because I did all the cooking. I had a go at making seafood gumbo today, and it was delicious. But there is a lot that needs to be cleaned up. So I'm going to do this guy's head, and then I'm going to go. Because my partner's going to get pissed at me if I don't take out the rubbish. So thank you very much for tuning in. Apologies if you've only just joined. And I'll look to improve the camera situation. In the coming days. I am indeed at Bad Moon this weekend. I'm there on Saturday morning. It's looking better. Lovely stuff. Right. So, 100-watt bulb for this. Move the camera about here. Maybe even I need to replace my tripod because my tripod broke and I've not needed to use one yet. So I've been a bit lazy about getting a new one. And this is currently just on a monopod that's attached to the table. So it would be nice if, because I keep knocking this table and it's shaking the camera around. So it would be good to not have that happen. And then we'll sort out the doodad. But thank you very much for watching. And thank you so much for all of the chat going on as well. It's been excellent. We'll see you all very soon. Thank you very much.